Hello, everybody. This is not a happy one this week, though I am grateful for something. Last night, I was pulling into my spot to park for the night in Seattle, and I almost never drive with the music up. I had the music up, and so I didn't get to hear any special sounds happening, but as I pulled into my spot, all of a sudden, the rig was like, clunk, 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 like it was jamming up. It's bad. I put in the clutch. She's idling fine. Everything's great. Like, what was that? Turn off the music. Put in gear to pull in the next 6 feet into my spot, and it was terrible. Like kunk, 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 and like it was being forced. But the amazing thing is, this happened literally in a safe spot to park and be here until I can figure it out. And so I started working on figuring it out today. So I was hoping it was just my third member. Something had gone kaboom back there in the rear end. So I checked fluids. It wasn't low, but it wasn't as high as it could have been. I checked linkage, I checked U-joints, everything was fine. So I chocked the front end, jacked her up, took the drive shaft out, got both the rear wheels jacked up, and everything was free as far as the spider gears, the shafts. But when I got the drive shaft off, the yoke, the pinion yoke, is like seized. I can't turn it for anything. And I was so relieved. I'm like, oh, thank God. Whew, it's just a third member, because I actually have a spare third member at Paul's shop in Paulsville. So I was like, I can do this. This is going to be okay. So I buttoned everything up because I was excited, thinking it's just the third member is trashed. Something happened there. And the next test was put in four-wheel drive and just drive with the front axle to confirm that the transmission's fine, transfer case is fine, etc., etc. Because all that stuff turns free. It was all in neutral and it all turns free. And unfortunately, my hopes were dashed. I put in gear to drive it forward and it's kunk, kunk, kunk again. Backed up, same thing. I'm like, fuck. Which means it's something in the transmission or the transfer case, both of which are kind of a bitch to deal with. Could be my clutch, but that doesn't totally make sense. I'm going to check that. I'll dive into that a little more. But hey, the amazing, wonderful thing is I'm in a safe spot. This didn't happen in the middle of traffic or on a highway where things would just about exploded from the force. So anyway, that's what's up. And I'm grateful to be in a good, safe spot to work on, where I can be for days. The neighbors are cool with me, and I've got a flat spot to work on. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Probably figure out what it would cost to get it hauled over to Paul's shop in Paulsville, which means a ferry ride. I can't even imagine what that's going to cost, because I can't drive it. I was hoping if it had been just something in the rear end, I could have driven it over with my front axle alone. But that ain't happening, folks. So I got to put on my thinking cap, do a little more digging, a little more investigation. So I did a bunch of research online. I have new stuff to check out. Probably going to do that in the morning. I'm letting myself breathe and take a walk, take a break. I found that's a good thing for me anytime I'm facing something like this. And again, I'm just blown away. I mean, I've got the luxury of time because I broke down in such an ideal spot to deal with it, you know? Pretty amazing. I mean, if this had happened in Baja, out in the desert, or any number of other places I've gone remotely, I would have been so royally screwed. You don't carry spare parts for this kind of breakdown. So here I am in a city. I've got lots of friends in Seattle. Got a shop I can get towed to and tear it all apart. So I feel really blessed, even though, yeah, I'm bummed, because one way or another, it's going to cost me some money to fix it. And, but you know, I just can't get over the gratitude at where she pulled this off. Thank you, Hella. And the other thing I always think of, just right out the gate, anytime I'm dealing with some big mechanical breakdown that's upsetting like this, is the fact that, hey, it's not my health, it's not my body, it's just a machine. And the fact that I'm physically okay and healthy, I can deal with anything the machine's gonna throw at me. Just a matter of time, energy, and a little money, depending on the situation. But it's not my health, which means it is not a big deal. My gosh, I just thought of another scenario where this would have been a true disaster. And that's when I was so deathly ill with COVID. Back December, January into February. If she had pulled this then, if that transmission or whatever has happened had locked up like that then, I don't even know what I would have done. I mean, it would have been a really serious problem. And I'm just so grateful. And it's always in these trials or challenges that I find that gratitude is just absolute key to getting through them with perspective, especially when it's something that's not your life, body, your health, when it's just a machine. Oh man, you see all the ways you're blessed, you see all the ways that it could have been so much worse, and you're grateful for what the situation is. And baby, I am one blessed pup, because this stuff doesn't seem to happen to me when I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It always happens in cities. So thank you universe, thank you Hella, thank you whoever. I'm very grateful. The locks are a great place to go. Clear my mind. Breathe that fresh air. Check out the boats, the guys working this place. The sea lions, harbor seals. It's all good. If you've been to Seattle and you haven't been to the Chittenden Locks, missing out. You got to check it out. Okay, I'm going to wrap this thing up because that's all the news I have for you right now. I'm a long way from figuring out exactly what's going on. I'll be working on the truck this weekend, doing more testing and more of the stuff I'm finding online to help me check out and isolate what we're dealing with, if it's transmission or transfer case. Whatever. I should know by the end of the weekend and have an action plan for getting her all fixed up. Hope you all are having a great weekend. Hope you all feel very blessed. I know I sure do. Have a good one.